Welcome back, everybody, to Stay Tuned Sports. I'm sorry I had to take a quick drink of our Lion Quick Summer Sandy.
Wait a minute. Listen. I too, senor, am enjoying a Lion Kruger Summer Sandy. Hey, it is me, Juan.
Cheers, Juan. Yeah, it's been a long
Holy
day.
cerveza, that is delicious. All right, give me that mic, you bastard.
I was just going to say, Juan, where's Shoulders at?
Hey, I'll kill you, senor. Get out of here, you prick. And give me my beer, you bastard. God, man, that guy's getting worse.
Hey, at least he knows a good beer compared to that Corona shit.
He just wants to be your friend.
Shut up, dickhead.
So welcome to the show. You know,
Jesus.
once again,
fucking
you're late.
my own house we're recording, and I gotta fight Juan, get my beer off him with his dirty salsa lips. Jesus. Well, what's up, State Tuners? Huh?
Welcome to the show.
Never the same, is it? Well, hello there.
Yeah. Actually, you know, that little bit there all week, I'm like, you know what? Well, it was like Thursday because I worked a lot of overtime hours, and I'm like, man, I need a beer. I'm like, that's how I'm going to start the show.
It's funny because we both thought that at the same time. I was getting ready. And I'm like, no, he's ruining it! But what's up, everybody? Jimbo, how are you today?
Pretty good. Pretty tired.
Yeah, we all are working hard, you know.
Well, I mean, you're only worked till 4, like, what, 2 hours today? I worked all day, so in the heat. You at least have AC and donuts and coffee and...
Wow, that's harsh. I can't help it. I got an education. Jesus.
Oh, I got an education, all right. It's just
The pole dancing didn't play off, huh?
No.
He did dance on the pole, senor.
What was your stage name? Clappy Butt or something?
Butter churn.
Well, we got a lot to talk about this episode, so
Yeah, we're not talking about me pole dancing or anything, but yeah, we definitely
although
have,
you can tweet us and let us know. I'm just kidding.
Well, I was actually thinking you were going to take it there, but, you know. So since you brought it up, yeah, head over to Twitter. Follow the show at ST Sports Podcast. My personal one at Jimbo ST Sports. Please, for the love of God, everybody go over to shoulders_bro. Follow him, even though he's never on there.
Oh, I'm on there. There's nobody's on there to talk to, so what's the point?
All by myself.
See, dick.
And then also head over to YouTube. Subscribe to there. Like I announced on Thursday, we're part of the Belly Up Podcast Network. Wow,
Spit it out, Junior.
This has been a long day.
This is like high school for you.
So I got to kind of reset up all the videos going to YouTube. So we're about 3 videos behind over there, but they're slowly going to get back on there. Other than that,
YouTube, folks, for the love of God, please follow me. Well, the show, but I'm saying me because I like to head that up. Follow us on YouTube with the show. Please subscribe. That'd be great. But enough of that. Let's get into entertainment.
Hold on. And also go to Teespring. I'm still trying to figure out how Teespring
how are they
works.
going to go?
Well,
I can't find them.
Worst case, I'm just going to put on our Facebook page
Oh.
the site, our site to go over because we got some shirts, hoodies. We have onesies for the newborn.
Ooh.
Bunch of women's shirts, stuff like that. So okay, that's all out of the way. Let's talk sports.
Yeah, I'm excited. We also have most likely we're gonna have 2 live interviews with Big Hit Rob from Miami.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And the Philly beat with Big John there.
Big John.
Yeah, trying to give him a props. I don't know. South Philly Johnny.
South Philly Johnny. That's right. It's been a while since he's been on, so hopefully we could get him on as well.
Well, the Philly beat with Big John, JBBJ. What would JBBJ do? I don't know.
Say that 5 times real fast. But yes, Thursday was the Hall of Fame game. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I had work early.
I watched some of it. It was a little slow. Score wasn't the best, but hey, football's on. Who doesn't?
Exactly.
You love it.
Now, did you watch the whole game or no?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was in and out of consciousness.
Okay.
I was so tired and trying to stay up and watch it. I just couldn't. I was in. I was out. I was in. I was out. Your typical first preseason game. Starters didn't really play.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the new Broncos coach. He's now, I believe it's 5th oldest player to start a career.
Did they talk about what happened to him before the game?
Oh, yeah, they did.
I don't think he passed it either, the kidney stone.
Yeah, he was playing with a kidney stone, and they were talking on how brave he was to be on the field and everything because of the pain he was in.
Yeah.
But he, good job. They ended up pulling off the win. So, it's preseason, we know, folks. But
yeah,
we're
the only
excited.
reason why I asked if you watched the whole game, because like I said, I didn't watch it, but when I woke up the next day, I saw it was like a late touchdown to win the game.
Yep.
I know a couple of guys at my work were saying that the kid that threw it was actually playing pretty well, but again,
Kind of reminded me of Afafa.
oh yeah,
Who? What the hell?
they're still in bankruptcy.
So how about, before we dig into football, we always get a little political, but you see what your beloved Baltimore Orioles did?
I will be honest, and I'll probably get bashed for this, plus this story, but since we sucked this year, I really had no motivation to watch them.
Right.
Everyone I watch, I put on for about 3 home runs later,
Right.
and I'm like, okay, I see we're still doing good.
Well, let me tell you what's going on. So, as you know, we're not big with politics, and we try to just be fair and neutral and this, but how many times politics have been thrown down our throats in sports and stuff like that? But here's the thing. So at the baseball park, 4 fans had a sign,
Yeah.
just like anybody else, that said Trump 2020.
Okay.
Okay, so they were just showing their love for Trump 2020. Now, that's not the first time I ever watched a game and seen a presidential sign.
Yeah.
Let's face that, okay? And that's been since I've been alive.
Yeah.
Baltimore Oriole fans started chanting, take it down, and blah, blah, blah. And, apparently we're supposed to listen to Kaepernick and his kneeling, and we're supposed to listen to all this bullshit. But they don't say nothing, they just show a sign.
Yeah.
Okay? Baltimore Orioles staff comes and kicks them out of the stadium.
Wow.
I just don't know what kind of America we're in anymore.
And
If you're for or against them, it doesn't matter.
yeah, and obviously we're not trying to say who we're for or against, but it's just the fact that they're basically using their First Amendment. They're showing who they support.
Right.
And you said fans were chanting what, the whole 3 fans in the whole
Yeah, I
stadium?
don't know. Some fans, the top
But-
tier, I guess, were chanting, take it down, and
Yeah.
it's just
And here's the thing I don't understand too. I mean, even if it's a poster board big sign.
Well, it was pretty big, but it wasn't blocking anybody's view.
But the thing
because they
is-
were in the front of the balcony. It was
Yeah.
hanging over. It was, I want to say, 4 foot by 4 foot.
But the thing is, how did that make past the gates? How many times?
Because you can bring signs in. So I can put Sidney Crosby, marry me and have my children, 3 babies, and live in California. I love you. In a stadium, and nobody says and bats an eye.
Yeah.
But because, just
It's-
like
it's
everybody who
President
wears a
Trump.
Trump hat, they screw with.
Yeah.
So I just think that America as a people needs to stop being hypocritical.
Yeah.
If you're for or against anybody, whatever, I didn't. When I disliked the president, I didn't say, "Oh, take that down."
Yeah.
I had the respect, but it is what it is. I just thought I'd bring it up because I was flabbergasted that the officials of Orioles had them removed.
Yeah.
So not only are they ticket-paying members, but you have them removed for their belief.
And that's the
They
thing.
didn't cause a fight,
Yeah. What they should have did is just say, "Can you please just take that sign down?"
right?
And leave them there at the game.
I don't even think they should have did that, but
Yeah.
that would have been better than get out of here.
Yeah.
And I guess it becomes because of the controversial statements by Trump about saying that it's a rat-infested city and all this
Yeah.
other shit. But, on the news, they're like, "Oh, look, there's no rats here." Did you see one run by? I was loving that, sorry.
I mean, you know me. I'm not political at all.
Right,
I watch it just more for the drama.
right.
I saw the statements that Trump did make, but I was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, listen, I went to a Baltimore game. Me and my dad walked from Camden Yards to Inner Harbor, and it's not the Ritz Hotel, okay? I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I love going to Baltimore. I love going down there, but
Well, I love Philly too, but I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna eat a bacon and egg sandwich off the sidewalk. Jesus, there was a huge AIDS epidemic. I remember in the early 2000s. You were afraid to fall and get cut. You might die. Whatever, But people are so sensitive these days. But let's dive into football. Let's dive into some sports talk. I thought I'd bring it up because it was the Orioles and it was.
You just like to look for any part of my fandom to take shots at.
No, I actually like the Orioles.
Okay.
I like their jersey. My son doesn't, which is funny.
Oh, really?
But I like the jerseys. I never had an ill fate against the Baltimore team.
Yeah.
They don't have any or reason for me to hate them. I don't mind the Ravens, and I don't mind the Orioles. You know, I don't have any problems.
Have you ever been to Camden Yards?
No, I'd like to go, though.
Next time...
I'll bring
You know what,
waiters so I don't get bit by a rat, but I'll go.
Next time the Phillies play Baltimore, maybe we'll take a bus trip. Because sometimes Paul Santor's, if you want to call us for advertisement, please call.
Yeah, we can give you a slot for free advertising and you can pay this fee.
I was wondering if you were going to remember that. But they usually run a bus tour down there.
Right.
So we could take the boys down.
Cool.
And
We
obviously,
can
my
advertise
boys,
them and let you know when we're going to be down there and some fans can show up. But,
So, yeah. So you want to do some football talk?
all right, so here's what I was thinking. First topic. A story that we both love the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is one where I'm like, I'm not sure. But Pro Football Focus ranked the Eagles wide receiving core
Okay.
number 1 in the NFL.
I agree.
You agree? All right, well, before we get into that debate,
Okay.
let me read you the top 6.
Okay.
Fair
Now,
enough.
well, hold on. Just remember this, though. It's not the best receiver. It's the best core.
Core, yeah. Well,
Which
thanks
is-
for explaining that to me. Yeah.
Not just 1 and 2. All 4 or 5 receivers.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah, with
All
you.
right. So let's
Jesus, you want to explain maybe how to eat an apple next?
see what you do is you get a butter knife. You slap some.
See, wrong. So number 1 was the Eagles. Number 2 was the Falcons.
Okay.
Number 3 was the Rams. 4 was the Chiefs. Then we had the Texans. And then the Browns are number 6.
Yeah. Must have been a Browns fan that picked that one.
No, dude, it's only by that company. So I put the Eagles up in the top 6. I was just shocked that they put them at number 1. I mean,
So do you not put them at number 1? And who do you put above them if you don't?
it's tough. I mean, I guess it's... I could see what they're saying. We got D-Jack. We have Alshon. We have Nelly, they're calling him now.
Yeah.
Nelson Aguilar.
That's why I want to get rid of him. Get a little teardrop on his eye.
And our rookie,
Dude, he's
don't
lighting
ask
it
me how
up.
to say his name.
Yeah.
Something White. JJ is what his first I'm going with. So
Yeah.
JJ, blah, 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 White,
Well, I know it's A.
C, D.
then
It looks like
wait,
Acadia
so-
or Keysedia.
Then the last part of his name is White.
Right. JJ White.
Jaws.
Just-
Hashtag Jaws. Copyrighted by
I
State
think
Tuned
Jaworski
Sports.
would be pissed off, but he's supposedly looking really good. So there's 4, but what else are you throwing in there?
Now,
Because you're saying core.
yeah, so do you... I mean, they're not incorporating Zach Ertz, right? Would he...
Well, I'm guessing he's tight end, but I don't think he's part of the receiving core.
Yeah. So after that, you would have Mac Hollins, which, if he stays healthy, he
Yeah, I
could
like
be number
him, yeah.
3. But
But enough to put him at the whole core at number 1.
I think Alshon...
How about we do this? We base it off just the top 4 receivers we think on the team.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Or even top 3. I don't even care.
I mean, honestly, I think D-Jax and Alshon alone bumps it up there.
Right.
And then
But it
with...
depends on what Alshon and if he stays healthy.
I think he will.
I think the Chiefs have a good one. I
I think
the
they're-
Rams are up there with Cooper Kupp coming back.
I think Chiefs are only up there because probably Tyreek Hill said, "You better be afraid of me like he is."
Oh, Tyreek, you little bitch. But
wait,
the
speaking
Texans
of,
is...
wait, hold on. Speaking of Tyreek,
Oh, Jesus.
did you see about his first practice?
No.
Got laid out.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. I'm sorry. I was laughing.
I was like, Karma's a bitch.
no, I'm wondering if maybe that guy was pro kid and said,
Yeah.
fuck it.
And then, I mean, the jokes that were coming out were...
He hit
Just
him
weren't
so
right.
hard he went on top of the hill.
No, this one was... they tweeted out Tyreek Hill left after a bruised quad. And someone commented, "Who names their kid Quad?" I'm like, dude, that's not... Wait,
It's
that's
too
funny.
soon?
Too soon.
But the Texans, I would think, would be higher than 5.
All right, so 2, 3, 4 was Chiefs.
Eagles, Falcons, Rams, Chiefs. Then
Yeah,
we had
I would.
Texans and Browns.
I I would put Texans above the Rams.
Right, me too.
And then they would be a close to the Falcons because, I mean, obviously they got Julio, they got Ridley. Who's the third guy?
I would have to look at it.
I mean,
but I'm
Texans, you got Hopkins, you got Will Fuller.
right.
So and that's basically their top two.
Well,
The
I thought
Browns.
they picked up, what's his name, too? Benjamin.
No, he's still free agent because Kelvin Benjamin
Yeah, I thought he got picked up.
just recently. 'Cause
I
know
thought so.
I know the Giants were looking at him after
The injuries.
all the injuries hit
Right.
and stuff like that.
Browns, I mean,
I could see
with Odell and Laundry,
and
they have two other guys, too.
Devontae Parker's the third guy.
Right.
So I could see them being above.
I'd put them above the Chiefs.
Yeah, I put them
And
above
depending
the
on
Chiefs.
who gets a start for the Rams, I'd put them above the Rams.
And I would even say Falcons because that's the Browns have three receivers. Two
That
of them
are hardcore.
obviously
Right.
could be number ones.
And they're all speed.
And the third and Devontae Parker could be a number one,
Right.
but we just never seen enough of him yet.
Right. Well,
So
yeah, the Miami days.
Yeah.
So
I see. I could see the Eagles number one, Browns two, and then Texans,
right.
Chiefs, Rams.
So here's a funny fact, and we'll end it with this. Guess who the number 32 team is?
Dallas Cowboys,
Nope.
New York Giants.
Nope.
How are the Giants not number 32? They have no receivers.
Cowboys were 19. Ravens were 12, and Bengals were 10, which was surprising to me.
Well,
'Cause I don't think I can name anybody from either.
Ravens got Miles Boykin from Notre Dame this past draft,
But he hasn't transitioned to anything.
but they're saying he's having a very good training
And I
camp.
thought they would have put the Cowboys higher, as much as I hate them. But they have some receivers. They have, what's his name now?
Well, they
too?
have Cooper.
Right.
Who else? And like you said last week, Cooper came in halfway through the year where they really couldn't game plan for him.
Right.
And he did have a couple of games where he disappeared.
True.
So,
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean,
yeah.
but my favorite player, Nick Foles,
Okay.
and the Jacksonville Jaguars are 32. My poor guy has got no
Hold up,
receiving
hold up.
core.
Jaguars?
Jaguars.
Jag-
Shut up, you
The
Jagoff.
really messed up part, guys, is I'm already 2 beers in. He's only a quarter in, so he's not even drunk.
But poor Nick Foles
Yeah.
has the number 32 ranked receiving core. Poor guy.
Well, because I think most of the offense is very young still.
Well, right, but I'm
Well, you
saying
think by this-
32,
Yeah.
and you just said it. The Giants aren't there.
Well, they got Eli. Eli's better than Nick
He's
Foles.
not on the receiving core.
Yeah, but he's throwing, so he's better than Nick Foles.
Oh Jesus!
Hey,
All right then.
Oh, speaking of the Giants receiving core too, not to kind of get off the tangent here, but Bengals old receiver Johnson, Ocho Cinco, when Golden Tate got suspended, he texted the Giants, "If you need a receiver, I'm still
I
available."
want to see him come back.
Dude, he's like, what did he say? He's like 42 or something now?
Right. So who cares?
I know, but that'd be so
at
so
this
funny.
point, I would put him on Jacksonville.
True.
Like, dude, just if we'll sell tickets. If you're a team that has no shot,
Yeah. Well, I think
and let's just say you get 10,000 extra fans because of it,
yeah.
I think you make your money back.
Honestly, and as much as I try to get you going about the whole Nick Foles things, I think Nick Foles alone is going to sell tickets for Jacksonville.
Oh, absolutely.
Just put and then that defense. Oh, and the Jacksonville Jaguar guy that we talked about last week that's holding out. He's supposed to report August 6th, so he's going to show up even without the contract. He's still going to negotiate. So
Right.
you're getting your wish that he's going to come and help that defense and help
Good.
Nick Foles. So
Good to
and,
hear.
and hopefully when he does show up, that Jacksonville pays him. I mean, he definitely deserves the
Right,
raise.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we have a lot of stories, but I know we want to talk some Eagles stuff. So, some quick things. Some unfortunate news. Canu Gregor-Hill, our linebacker, lower leg injury, but needs further testing and
Okay.
might not be serious. But on an upside to that is Doug Peterson was saying on how his game is elevated and he's looking very promising.
Okay.
So that's pretty good news. Another big thing for the Eagles is that they picked up a new safety, and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Jonathan Sapirian.
Yeah.
He's 29 years old. He's 6'1". He's 211 pounds. He played 70 regular season starts in his career, and he has 507 tackles, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions, 16 passes defended. Now, he was from Florida International for school,
Okay.
so he didn't run too bad. Here's my thing before you get into it.
Okay.
You know, you look at them stats, and what's the first thing you think? For me, he's a run stopper.
Yeah.
507 tackles.
Well, and also, I think this is obviously for depth with Malcolm Jenkins and McLeod.
He's only 29.
Yeah, but also I think it's a pickup to replace Chris Margos on special teams.
Right.
He
See, I don't know. I think they're going to use a younger guy for that. I think they're actually going to play him on the other side of Malcolm when McLeod needs to come out or somebody like that. Or they know there's a run.
well, yeah,
They said, you know, he needs to work on it because they even said that he's an in-the-box safety.
yeah,
So he's like Malcolm when they come up and crack somebody.
yeah.
So that puts a fear in the run game.
Well, yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, and Chris Margos also switched in and out as well. So he's not just going to be just special teams. Now, you did say last season he's coming off
In 2018, he hurt his knee. He played 4 seasons in Jacksonville, which was also his rookie season, which was really good numbers.
Yeah.
Out of his 6 years playing, 5 years he was over 100 tackles each season, and great stats.
But yeah,
The
that's some good
sixth season
stats.
is where he got hurt.
Yeah.
He played 4 years in Jacksonville, and he played 2 years in Tennessee. Before
Okay,
he
yeah.
got released.
I think when he went to Tennessee, I think we were actually looking to sign him
Right.
before we signed McLeod. So obviously, if we were looking into him, we already knew some of his background.
Right. I think it's 6'1", 211, and with those numbers, he's a hard hitter.
Yeah, I like
happy.
I like the pickup. I
And they
mean,
didn't pay a fortune for him by any
No.
means. So
say how many years? Probably a 1-year contract.
I didn't look that far into it.
I mean,
was
a
more
guy
worried
coming
about
off
the
an
stats,
injury
yeah.
like that probably would be a 1-year.
Well, yeah, they got to see how his
minimum.
knee adjusts, just
Yeah.
like everything else, you know. I think it's a good pickup, though. You know,
Yeah.
we'll talk to South Philly, see what he thinks. He probably, I don't know. But also, my one last thing is, I know you said Miles Sanders got a minor foot injury, but Dave Spadaro, our famous Eagles insider, had a whole article and praised him on nothing but praise for Miles Sanders, saying he's coming to his own, he's looking amazing. It's going to be hard to compete for time in the backfield, but he looks like a player that Eagle fans will enjoy forever.
Yeah.
So
Even Brandon Graham gave him some props too. Said that he's basically a lot farther than I expected him to be.
Right.
You know,
which is good. I'm
Just-
happy for him.
I just hope that, and I would rather have him at the end of the year fresh, because we see a lot of these college running backs coming to the league that are only used to playing 13, 14 games a year.
Right.
Once they hit that 14th game, you see the fatigue kick in.
Right.
And now he did get hurt 2 days ago, but he was back on the practice field, I
Right.
believe, yesterday.
So it's minor. It's nothing
Minor. But he also had a hamstring injury in the offseason, so he's showing some signs of
Right.
injury
Well,
proneness.
have all that and still get praise.
No, I know. I'm not bashing the kid. I mean, I like the pick, and you know, maybe that's why they brought Darren Sproles in, is to like an insurance policy for the case he gets hurt, goes down for a long period of time.
Right.
You know.
Well, again, I think Darren Sproles will be special teams.
Yeah.
I think that answers your punt, at least your punt return.
Yeah, and which kind of disappointing because that other
D-Jack
kid
too, though.
Yeah, you got to put. And Peterson already came out and said he's going to be back there for sometimes. And even the kid from Penn State, the wide receiver we picked up as an undrafted rookie, I was looking at his stats as far as punt returns and kick returns is electric.
Right.
You know, so what do you do with him now? You know,
It's tough. I mean,
definitely one of our loaded offenses, you know, that we haven't had in a very, 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 very long time, like this loaded.
right, which scares me because it puts more pressure on Wentz by far.
You know, and
What excuse could he have? if
Yeah.
any.
And I'm glad that you brought up pressure and Wentz, because the other thing too I saw was Ron Jaworski was quoted on giving him advice, and basically he just said, just go out and play. Don't force the plays.
Right.
Live to
Just
fight
like the
another day.
mentality with Foles. Grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
Stop thinking. Your body and mind is trained to see what it sees and go for it.
Yeah.
Grip it, rip it.
And
I think Wentz needs to do that, and I think he needs to protect himself a little bit.
definitely. I don't
Let
mind
his
him.
body have a rest.
Yeah, I don't mind him doing the runs.
Right.
But-
Smart. Get down.
Exactly.
Only when needed.
Yeah.
You know,
If
learn to
it's-
throw away a little bit as much as exciting as he
Yeah.
is. But you can't keep doing that forever.
Yeah.
Go talk to Vic.
Yeah.
Go talk to RG3.
Poor guy, he's hurt again. Broke his hand or something.
I heard the day he signed the contract with the Redskins, he tweaked his hamstring getting on the podium.
Did you hear what happened? Not to get off the Eagles topic, but what happened to Steven Jackson of the Rams?
Yes.
So, story broke out earlier this week that he signed a one-day deal to retire with the Rams.
Right, and they did a cool thing where at one of the
Yeah.
practices, his last handout, he looked good.
Dude, he looked like...
I was
he's
like,
still-
bring him back. That boy's big.
Yeah. And
Why is he retired?
And when he took that handoff, ran to the end zone, and Mr. Roger Goodell is waiting there, said, you got to take a drug test.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, I love his response though. He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not coming."
Like,
It's just, it's just little technical difficulties there, folks.
yeah.
It's just,
It's really effed up how this whole drug testing thing goes. What was it
well, I
last
mean, I get
year?
it's random, but like, as soon as it got pulled, it should obviously been no.
Yeah.
Why would you even post it and look like a clown? They look like basically they're sitting there with egg on their face.
Yeah.
What person in today's, let's just say right now, you got two of us going, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Who thinks that he should have took it?
Yeah.
Not that he has anything to hide. He probably doesn't. I don't care.
And maybe what they should have did,
Oh, he probably taken Oslin for his joints.
he got it from the Tennessee guy.
Hey, I like Lauman. Like him a lot. You leave him alone. He's an all-American boy.
But if they wanted to drug test him, I would have said put an asterisk next to his name. So if he comes out of retirement for some reason next year, then say, okay, you could come out of retirement, take the piss test now. Not the day he's retiring.
Right.
Like, that's supposed to be a happy day for him, and you're being just a
Again,
dick.
they had egg on their face.
Yeah.
They look like clowns.
Yeah.
And it just further proves on how fucking clown boy Goodell looks.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. I would have never, as the head of the NFL, allowed that to come out.
No. I mean, obviously, he has to come
In
through
fact,
you.
the guy that handed me the drug test and told me, guess who got, I would have slapped him. Like, what more bullshit do you need?
Yeah.
That's funny, though. But he looked good. He did.
Oh, yeah, he did. Not to sound gay, but I like his dreads. You'd think by this point he'd be, like, shaved or...
No,
clean.
man, but he was in shape. He
Yeah.
looked like he could play. I kid you not.
Well, I mean, he's been a free agent for, like, 2 years now. I'm sure he was hoping and holding
I don't
out
know
for
how
it,
not
but...
any team out there that needs a goal line back just to run it in 3 yards out.
Yeah.
Dude, he's big.
Yeah.
He was bigger than the center who handed the ball off. I was like, what? Who was that guy? That the towel boy? Jesus.
So since we are talking about the Eagles,
Ooh.
let's get your way too early picks
Uh-oh.
for weeks 4 through 6. Now, I did my picks there yesterday. I basically have us going 3-0 these next. We got week 4, Thursday night game at Green Bay. Week 5 at home against the Jets. Week 6 at Minnesota.
We lose Green Bay because we have a bad history playing in Green Bay.
See, but yeah, and this was, I was surprised when I was doing the stats, looking at the stats, for how bad that offense was last year. Their passing offense, like, okay, take Devontae Adams out of it. Who's their other receivers? They were still ranked 9th in passing offense.
Right.
Like, I know Aaron Rodgers gets a lot of shit for how everything went down last year.
I think it's new pressure, new team. I think Aaron has to step up this year, and I think it falls on his shoulders again.
Yeah.
But I don't think that defense is going to be a joke because nobody was talking about anything to do with them.
Right.
And I think playing in Green Bay is a different breed.
Yeah.
And you know I don't want to ever pick against the Eagles, period.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be a real podcaster here.
I'm
I think it's tough to win in Green Bay.
yeah. I think it's going to be a close game.
Right.
And I think what I picked was like a 17-10.
Just like for us on the West Coast, whenever we play San Fran and Oakland in San Fran and Oakland, we have the best teams that go to the Super Bowl and we lose.
Yeah.
I'm like, it blows my mind. Except for when us Nick Foles threw 7 touchdowns.
To who? To who?
Riley Cooper.
Yes, Coop. those pictures, we can't say what we used to call them. Our combo. But actually, those pictures popped up on my Facebook page when me and you went down to the training camp, and there was Coop and Macklin standing next to each other. I'm like, oh, I miss you, Coop.
Right. It was just a fun time. It was different. We were going through a lot, you know.
Yeah. And then week 5, we have the Jets, Le'Veon Bell.
I think it's a good test. The only thing that we got going for us is we're at home, right?
Yeah, we're at home. Their offense was terrible last year.
I got to see who they played the week before.
They play an NFL team.
That was a good one. I'm going to take the Eagles in that one.
Yeah, because, Le'Veon, I'm not buying into him this year. I think the year off is going to show.
I don't know. From what I understand in his work ethic and what he's been doing to stay in shape, we'll see.
But the thing is, and there's big difference between staying in shape and staying in football shape.
But I mean, he was actually in football shape. He was running nothing but football drills.
But was anybody hitting him, tackling him?
Well, no. I mean, that's...
that's what I mean.
But that's any contact at any time.
Yeah. So obviously that game I had us win. I mean, they do have one of the better defenses.
Right.
I think it'll still be up there, but I think we pull this one out. Then week 6, we have the Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota.
At Minnesota's going to be tough. They still got a lot of bad blood coming to Philly.
Yeah.
Again, but how does that team respond? So they have what's his name at quarterback now?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
I
Kirk
think
doesn't have a good history against the Eagles defense.
No.
Eagles. The only thing I can say is the Eagles defense knows Kirk a lot.
Yeah.
So they know what they can and can't do and what to look for, his mannerisms, stuff like that.
And I think
I don't know how their D's going to be this year either.
The Minnesota running game, I think it's going to be a little bit better because Dalvin Cook last year was coming back from an ACL, so obviously that's tough. They have Latavius Murray that filled in okay, but let's be honest, he's not a number one guy.
In fantasy, that prick.
Being 2 years out from the ACL,
right.
The running game will be a lot better. We'll be able to take a little bit of the pressure off of Cousins. I still don't think he's worth the money that the Vikings gave him. I still don't think the Redskins should have tagged him 2 years. He's a good quarterback, but he's not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were just desperate.
Yeah, I think so
they should have stayed with Keenum when they had a chance.
Yeah.
And let him ride because his luck and everything was there.
Yeah.
And I think they made a bad decision.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and say even though the Eagles are going to piss off their fans again and we're going to win.
All right, so you have us losing to Green Bay.
Right.
But winning against the Jets.
Right.
So basically me and you have the same record right now. We're both having them at 5-1 because I had them losing against the Falcons in the first 3 weeks.
But I thought I had them losing in the first week too.
Okay. I thought you had them going 3-0. So
I don't remember. We have to go back to the tapes.
So if you guys want to go back and listen for us, head over to iTunes.
Well, then you're at 2 losses.
No, I got them going 3-0.
You have them winning out. My bad.
So I got them
I'm sorry.
5-1. I got them 5-1 so far. But do you want to stay with some football news or do you want to switch it up?
Whatever you want, man. Just keep it going. We'd like to keep everybody in this conversation.
The one just popped back in my head. I meant to put this down in our notes. Did you see about the kid that the A's signed, I believe, yesterday?
Oh, the guy, yes. I forgot about that story. So the kid, I guess, was at the stadium with the radar gun pitch throw
He was at a Rockies game earlier in the week.
Okay. Oh, is that what it was? Sorry.
Yeah.
I glanced at it quick. And he threw 95 or 96 on the gun?
Yeah, he topped out at 96. And his brother was the one that was recording the video and tweeted out, somebody signed this kid, something like that. And somehow the A's got pulled in, like he's a fan of them or something like that. Yeah. And he tagged the A's in it. And the next day they signed him.
Great for him. That's a movie right there. Now is he going to play for the A's or their AA, AAA?
That's the only thing I didn't see. He just said that he signed a contract.
Well, I'm sure they're going to work and assess him.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to be on the roster, really. He could just be working at the facilities and stuff.
Now, from my understanding, he was one of the top pitchers in high school. Ended up getting into a car accident that messed up his non-throwing shoulder, which kind of threw a lot of teams off of him then. And here we are 4 years later.
I really think this is a Disney movie in the making.
Yeah. Are you crying over there?
No, my eyes are sweating.
Oh, you too?
Yeah, no, they don't sweat, dickhead.
But yeah, no, I saw that.
Cried like a baby back bitch.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, good for him. And
It was a good story.
then I started thinking, well, there was that one time I had a good change up down at Knoebels Amusement Park that I hit 77. I wonder if I could get signed for it.
Yeah, I don't think they're looking for 37-year-old 70-mile-an-hour change-ups.
Hey, look at Dennis Quaid in what was it, The Rookie or whatever? That's what they're comparing this story to. Not The Rookie, but The Prospect, maybe? I don't know.
No, it was the rookie. Because that's the thing, he came in the league so late, but this kid's young. So how would it be the same?
Same story. Like, he was an up-and-coming, ball player. Something happened to him or all
Right.
the teams. So.
And then he gets another shot.
Yeah.
I wish the kid well. I love the story.
Yeah, so
I mean, who doesn't like a feel-good story?
maybe he could take over for Trevor Bauer, who's with the Reds now. So the story that popped out,
I don't want to come out.
like that's I was waiting for League of Their Own, the coach Tom Hanks to come out. There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball.
So what happened was last Sunday the Indians were playing the Royals. I don't know why I keep wanting to say the Chiefs. I mean, I understand it's Kansas City, but it keeps going say Chiefs. But they're playing the Royals.
I think of the Royals because of Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
So
And the Indians were up 5-3. Royals made a big comeback against Bauer and ended up winning the game 7-5. When they scored the 7th run, Francona was going to pull him. Got to the steps to come out to the field, and Bauer turned around and said, "Nope," and threw the baseball over the center field fence.
that's pretty far, bro.
That is, I will give him credit for that.
Let's
I'm
just
like,
start right there.
Yeah.
I'm fucking impressed.
Yeah. I mean, you figure
That's at least 430 dead center.
430 dead center, so 90 feet from
Right.
pitcher mound to home.
So
350.
What the fuck is your math?
430. Okay, sorry, 340. 90 feet from pitcher mound to home plate.
Right.
Subtract that from 430
Right.
is 350.
I just want to see you get excited. It was just the serious eyes that gave to you. You're like, wait a minute.
Because you had me thinking, and
I know.
I've been up since 2, so my brain's fried.
That's a good throw, man.
So, but what happened after that? He ended up getting traded. Francona before they traded him said, well, I got to talk to the GM first to figure out what we got to do. Jeez, I wonder what we're gonna do. So they traded him to the Reds in a 3-team trade. I'm not sure who was all part of the trade.
Yeah, he was a high prospect, though.
Yeah.
I just think maybe all the attention, the game, he knew he was playing for a trade and possible new contract.
Yeah.
Listen, we're human.
But
I don't mind some kind of emotion like that. Do I think it was right? No.
no.
But was it entertaining as shit? Hell yeah.
Now, would it be entertaining if you got smacked in the head with the ball?
Oh, shut up. They put netting
come
up.
on.
Listen, I'll tell you this much. If somebody's sitting in center field wall, okay,
Maybe you're
And they
walking
get
up the
hit
steps
by
to
the
go to
pitcher
the bathroom.
from the pitcher's mound, that's called karma selection. Never mind natural selection. If you gotta be kidding me. So
The reason why I bring it up, though, is because MLB, as much as we have been praising them lately for their suspensions,
Right.
rightful suspensions, stuff like that, they only fined them. They didn't suspend them.
right, I don't think it was suspendable.
But again,
Who did he hurt?
I know you just said
What
that
did it hurt? It was
It
just
could've.
an ugly tarnish on his character.
it could have hurt somebody, though.
Oh my God, you're digging deep, bud.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
What?
But
No, technical difficulties.
We'll be right back.
Juan,
Are you planning
playing-
a party? Do you need some party ideas? Why don't you try www.prettymyparty.com. That's prettymyparty.com. Get all your party supplies needs, get all your ideas, and submit your party after. prettymyparty.com.
Make sure you tell Pretty My Party that I get the payment, or otherwise Juan's going to edit it out.
Well, you're getting $5 and I'm getting a BJ.
So
That's
yeah,
my wife.
I mean, I think Bauer should have been at least suspended one start.
No way, man.
Because again, you're setting an example for kids. So when you don't want to get taken out of the game, just turn around. And just
Let me ask you a
ball.
question. So does every guy who goes in the dugout, grabs a bat, and goes ballistic, they get suspended?
No,
Then hypocrite.
because he's out of the game. He's not playing.
Doesn't
no more.
matter. The players could get hurt more than anybody.
But he was still on the field. He was technically still in the game.
He threw a souvenir to the fans.
That could have hit somebody and spilled somebody's beer.
Nobody bitches when Bryce Harper throws a home run or a foul ball into the stadium. I was just in Philly
because
Stadium.
he didn't. Does he whip it into the stadium?
How do you know it was whipped? How do you know it was generously lobbed?
Because it was moving so fast I could not see it.
You're half blind.
That does not matter.
I don't agree. I say no suspension. I think it's.
So I mean, they didn't.
I think that's more an in-house thing. I don't think Major League Baseball has anything to do with it.
Well, maybe. Well, going off of that, maybe the reason why MLB fined him is because he got traded to the Reds. So how do the Reds
Right.
suspend him or fine him because they didn't have him at the time?
Right.
I mean, the Indians can say, "Hey, Reds, you got to suspend him
I don't think suspension's warranted either.
or fined." You know.
Well, fine. Yeah, absolutely. But
So-
why not fine him? Okay.
Well, obviously they had to do something. They couldn't just be like,
I
"Oh."
just seen other tantrums in a field of play that I wouldn't suspend either, and it would be worse.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you're wrong, so I'm right.
right.
Now, the other topic of debate from this past week was the whole LeBron James over celebrating at his son's basketball game. Now, did you happen to see the video at all yet, or no? So basically, his son was at a AAU tournament. I don't know if that's like Alcohol Anonymous University.
No,
or something.
it's a high tier league.
Okay.
It's like a travel team league.
Okay.
Most AAU players get to go places.
Okay.
You have to get picked for the team at the high school level. It's not like for a high school. It's an AAU league. It's picture like all stars throughout the nation.
Okay. So like Little League World Series, like 30 All Stars of their
Right.
town. Okay. And I mean, I'll give LeBron credit. His son has some good talent. I mean,
Right.
I seen some of the clips. So the story went that he was coming up the court with the ball, and he threw an alley-oop up to his teammate.
An
between his-
alley-oop or an alley-oop?
Whatever you want to call it. You know, I call it one tomato, you know?
Right.
Threw it up to his teammate and obviously dunked it. And LeBron proceeded to jump up like a moron. Went basically a quarter way down the court, on the court, jumping into his son while the game is now back down to his side going on. Refs had to call, timeout and stop like that. His shoe came off, so his shoe was on the court when he was trying to get back off the court.
Right.
One, do you think it was look at me because
No,
it's my son?
I think it was a passionate father jumping up and celebrating. The minute he stepped on the court, he's wrong.
Yes.
You start off with jumping like a moron, but you can't tell me if your kid or
No.
even my kid did some spectacular play in your mind at any of our little venues.
Yeah.
You would not be jumping up, high-fiving, belly bouncing, putting your nipple on the glass and...
Oh, Billy. No, but yeah,
I knew a guy that did.
I'm okay with him celebrating and everything like that. But
But on the
soon as
court's
you-
wrong.
Yeah, as soon as you step on the court, that
He then
screams.
takes the Drake approach where I'm somebody.
Exactly.
He's got to be a parent only.
Yeah,
Not
and
LeBron.
the Fox sports analysis guy Whitlock was talking about it. And he basically said the fame has finally gotten to LeBron, and wants everything.
Again, I think they're also overreacting. It's something new for him. His son's of age to really excite him.
Yeah.
He's always in the spotlight. I mean, I don't think it's the fame that got to him. I just think that's the mentality of those kind of players. It's not fame. It's he wanted to celebrate with his kid, like he was playing.
So if that's the case, then D Wade's son is another one. I'm not sure if he plays on the same team, but they played on a pickup game or whatever. You don't hear D Wade in the news jumping up onto the court or jumping.
But that's his prerogative. Like, again, me and you will celebrate for the kids too, but
Yeah,
maybe
on
not
the
all parents do.
sidelines.
They sit there on their phones.
Yeah.
I can't totally condemn him, other than he went on the court.
Yeah. And to me, when he did that, he just screamed, "Look at me!" You know, like
I don't think it's about him. I think it was excitement
and
for his son.
Maybe I'm biased towards it because
Well, I mean, I didn't watch the video,
yeah,
so I'm going off just emotion here.
yeah, and you know, maybe I'm biased because ever since the decision, I've been soured on him. Like that just screamed, "Look
I
at
think
me!"
you're just looking negatively, period, at him.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if you worked with your son Andy every day on shooting 3-pointers,
Yeah.
you taught him how to finally shoot them. He's making them. He's draining them. He's looking damn pretty.
Yeah.
First 3 games he goes and plays, he can't hit him because of the way he's getting guarded. 4th game, he comes out and with no direction, no coaching, pulls up, fakes them, steps to the side, and drains a 3.
Okay.
You're not going to go nuts?
I'll go nuts, but I'm not going out on the
Right.
court making it.
So
look at
maybe
me.
well, my point is with this theory is maybe there was something more to that alley-oop we don't know. Maybe it was something LeBron was working on with him. And he got overhyped and overstepped the boundary.
Well, okay.
I am not saying going on the court was right.
Now here's.
But I think we're trying to crucify him.
Here's something else though. Then you said that might be like his thing or wants to be exciting stuff like that. When he was, I believe it was with Cleveland. I forget which team he was with, but his mother was in the front row. The other team's player, threw an elbow or pushed him, did something, and the mother got up to come onto the court, and LeBron turned around and said, "Sit your ass down."
Right. He did the right thing.
So,
because it's different. Here. Let's stop for a minute. I agree with you. Because he was the player, right?
yeah,
And who was the nut job in the stands again?
the mother.
A parent.
Yeah,
New story. His son is the player. He's now the nut job in the court.
yeah.
His son didn't act like LeBron did with his
because
mother.
He's what, 15, 16?
Right. But it doesn't matter. Do you understand my point?
It does.
Parental influence makes you go nuts when it's your baby.
I understand that, but if you're gonna practice what you preach, basically, well, I'm trying to get
Right.
at.
I don't think it was. I think he lost his cool because it's his kid, man.
But he's all the other. Okay, all right. The other thing with this day too was during pre-games while LeBron's son was warming up. Excuse me. LeBron took it upon himself to come out on the court,
And he was doing warm-ups.
doing dunks,
Right.
taking time away from the kids to warm up.
Right. Well, I mean, there's something more to that. Do we know the story? Did the coach? Maybe the coach is like, let's get this place packed. I'll guarantee you right now, all those games are making more money because LeBron's there.
Well, yeah, I'm sure of that, but
So then, how do we know none of the promoters for that are saying, "Yeah, go out and shoot your kid"?
it would have come out. It would have came out by
Who
now.
says who? Because now it looks like they got egg on their face. They're like, "Oh no, we didn't tell them." You don't know. I'm just saying. We are not there. You're really looking to condemn this guy, and I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
But I think you're being a little harsh. Hashtag Jimbo's harsh.
Hashtag fuck off.
I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I just think we're overanalyzing it.
And, I forget the one NBA guy on ESPN did say there's a lot of people out there like me that are finding ways to bash him. And there is, but
Right.
that's
I will
sports.
tell you this. There has been a lot of controversy with his son because other players are talking a lot of shit and trying to take shots at his son because of who he is.
Okay.
So maybe, and I'm just throwing speculation out there, how do we know one of them kids weren't on the other team that time? Talking all this shit, maybe they were making their lives miserable.
Yeah.
A lot of people are taking, and I get it, that's your job here,
Yeah.
taking shots at him. But they were taking shots at him and his kid on the court, on the field, talking shit. I'm not saying they're perfect, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I do remember stories on how LeBron's son was having a tough time with his dad coming because people were trying to intimidate him and hurt him and stuff.
Okay.
So what if it was one of those kids talking shit and
Yeah.
he threw the alley-oop and it went over him? Maybe that could have threw the excitement up.
Yeah.
I'm speculating,
Yeah.
folks.
I mean,
speculating.
LeBron, they asked LeBron
Did he
about
comment?
it. He commented. He said that, he was just excited. He loves to see, they're calling him Bronny. That's his son's nickname
cool.
or whatever.
Brownie. Like Brownie.
Yeah. Love to see Bronny and my brothers playing with each other like that. Just excited to see them play like that. It was nothing like...
Right. Well, I mean, again, we don't know because maybe they didn't want it leaked. But
Yeah.
I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
But would it change your view a little bit?
No, it wouldn't, because either way, he should not step on like. And I mean, I understand he's a high-profile celebrity.
Right.
If I was the ref, I would have kicked him out. I would have ejected him from the game.
No, they
Never.
could have.
But they didn't
100%.
because what would have happened? The whole crowd would have left with them.
Well, there's your answer then.
No, I understand, but
You're being hypocritical. We're saying entertain us, we don't care, and now you're saying
I didn't say about entertaining.
Oh.
I want the kids to entertain me, not some jackass.
Oh,
Ooh,
really?
look
You
at
like
me.
kids, do you? Huh?
My Barney purple shoes pop because that's what they looked like. It was just pure purple.
This is just jealousy, folks.
All right, listen. He has like $100 million. Okay, that's why I'm a little jealous. Okay. So one last story. Actually, we'll talk about Dallas Cowboys since we love talking about them so much.
What about the juiced baseballs?
You should have led into that when we were talking about the guy throwing. Maybe
It's
maybe Bauer had the juice baseball since it went so far and
maybe
I couldn't
there's
see it. So, all right, I'll let you take this one.
All right, listen, real quick is there's been this big controversy all season long about more home runs and juiced balls and all this stuff. Well, this Lloyd Smith, who's a 55-year-old mechanical and materials engineer, apparently he's been testing baseball bats for decades, and he's his company's one that stamps them for like approval, like USA Bats and stuff like that. Well, they did a test on baseballs to see is there something wrong. Okay, and what I'm going to do, folks, it's about a minute, but I think it's worthy. We're going to call this the O'Brien Science.
So before you play that, we did. I did talk about a month ago with this topic that came up, and the commissioner from the MLB said that they have scientists looking at this, but they can't find any scientific proofs. Well, here's the video.
My name is Lloyd Smith. I'm a professor in the School of Mechanical and Materials Engineering. I've been at Washington State University for 23 years. I've been testing bats for most of that time, and we've been a certification center for bats for about 16 years. But eventually, we started looking at the aerodynamics of baseballs and softballs. No one had really ever studied it really carefully, tried to really understand how the lift and drag worked as it would in play. And Major League Baseball suddenly has a problem with offense in their game. And as they went through their data, they looked at the information they had in ball tracking and in play, it became apparent that the drag of the ball principally had changed and it had gone down. And that decrease was the reason why the offense had increased. So they contacted us and we started testing principally drag of baseballs. So this is our piston-style cannon. If you were to fire or load the cannon, you would take the ball and load it inside of this grip. And right now, then, it's set to have backspin. If you want a top spin, you rotate that around. If you want side spin, you rotate it there. So you can control your spin orientation. And then you close the breech, hit fire, the ball takes off, and you've got a shot. Fire.
It's them firing.
We measure the speed in this tunnel at 3 different locations, and then from that change in speed and location, we're able to calculate what we call the coefficient of lift and the coefficient of drag. And it turns out that very small changes in the drag coefficient can have a very large change in the offense of the game. So that the change that we're looking for is on the order of about 1%. But with that change, you get a significant change in the ability of hitters to hit home runs.
I thought it was interesting. It goes more in depth,
Yeah.
But basically what they're saying is just because the baseball and the drag and their new upswings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the balls aren't juiced. It's just that the balls are made better.
Yeah.
So what's the major problem?
And guess who are the positions that are complaining about the balls being juiced?
Pitchers.
Exactly.
Right.
Guess who's not complaining about the balls not being juiced or being
Everybody
juiced?
else?
Exactly. So, they got to understand it. How we are nowadays, like you pretty much said all episode, we love to be entertained.
Right.
So, yes, we love seeing the 500-foot home runs.
Right. Brother, I took my son down to the Phillies to see the Braves.
Yeah,
Sunday.
I saw you posted
It was
stuff
great.
about that.
Bryce Harper, first at bat, home run. First one in a while.
Was that the Grand Slam or?
No.
Okay.
That was the game.
Okay.
Then a couple home run on the other side too. But then the catcher hits a grand slam.
Yeah.
And I don't want to care what you say, a ball is juice. The pitcher had to throw it in his wheelhouse, and it was a longer count.
Yeah.
And then Hoskins also hit a home run. It was a very fun, entertaining game. And I'll tell you what, it was a good game. It was great. And we never would have survived that game because it was like 96 degrees in the sun. We were 10 rows off with the new netting.
How far down do they got it?
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections from home.
So
Just
past
a
the
section
dugout.
past first base. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't really bother me or affect me. I mean, I
Yeah.
missed not having it,
Yeah.
but I'm sure they can get better nets or whatever. But
Yeah,
it
probably
wasn't that
better.
bad. But not one ball came our way off the net
Yeah.
the whole time. But yeah, no precaution. But anyway, getting back to it, we never would have survived that game in that heat with $6 water and $15 beer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened to the Philly Stadium, but Jesus Christ. And without that entertainment,
Yeah.
it was a good, fun game.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with it. And my 8-year-old was ecstatic. That's all he
Yeah.
talked about. You know, I don't think we would have survived. I really don't.
Well, he's not a pitcher, so he doesn't know the hardships.
He pitches.
Is he?
But to see his eyes and how he lit up on that Bryce Harper home run.
Yeah.
First time seeing him. Probably one of the first players he got into.
Yeah.
Steps up. He's trembling. Within 3 pitches.
Yeah.
And it was a good swing. Good. It was everything.
Yeah.
And it just made it out. It's not like he juiced it out of the stadium, man. It just made it over the field.
And that's the thing too is they're saying these balls are juiced. Well, if they're juiced.
Right.
Oh, Justin Verlander's the one that brought this all up.
Justin
okay?
Verlander, grow up.
And the one comment he said as because MLB.
What about all them that use Vaseline, tar,
Yeah.
spit, semen, butthole juice, and they get caught all the time? Like, shut up already.
Yeah, but he brought up about how MLB owns Rawlings. They bought them out
Good.
last year, so
Lovely.
they own the
Makes
baseballs.
sense. They use 80,000 of them a year.
Yeah, and he said for the All-Star Home Run Derby, they know they're juiced. They physically know it, and MLB could use juice balls and this that. So
You
if
physically know it, shut up.
if MLB knows they're using juice balls in the All-Star game or the Home Run Derby when they're launching 500-foot baseballs, aren't they doing it in regular season?
Right. So if they're so juiced, you're right.
They should
Why
be
aren't they
the same.
going 500 feet? Then why did Bryce Harper's just make it over the fence?
Yeah.
And it sounded like he smacked the thing from lightning of God.
Yeah.
So, and then every other home run I seen, they didn't go out by a lot.
Yeah.
There was no upper deckers.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Grand Slam I thought was going to be upper deck.
Yeah.
It ended up being like 6 rows over the field, dead center left.
Wow.
So what are we looking at? 380?
Yeah.
Like, I don't buy it. I don't. I'm sorry, folks. Prove me wrong.
I just think it's the way the game is. Players are bigger. Players.
Yeah, we got into that too.
Yeah.
Either way, it was a good game, man.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the type of fan that wants to see a 1-0 game. I don't.
I mean, I'm okay if it's a good pitching match, I'm okay with it.
Right, but no, I'm
But-
there to see. My kid had such a great experience.
Yeah.
He wants to go to every stadium now.
Yeah.
Let's go to Arizona. Let's go to the Cubs. Let's go.
Start saving up, buddy.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with it. But, there's a little new thing for us here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a big controversy. We didn't talk on it much, but I don't think they're juiced.
Yeah.
And if they are, I don't care.
think so. I don't think so either.
Remember when they used to cork bats for pre-game hitting?
Sammy Sosa
Yeah, right.
got caught.
And where was he sending those?
500 feet.
Right! So, where are these home runs?
Yeah.
Whatever. And there was a lot of cracks that never made it past middle field.
Maybe we'll put the poll up on Twitter,
Right.
asking if it's do they think do you guys the fans think the balls are juiced?
Right.
So before we go,
And now, senors and senoritas, it is time for the South Philly Experience with South Philly Johnny.
and I'll just edit out the dead spot.
You ready to record?
It's recording now. Test 1.
2, 1, test.
Okay. If you would stop.
Well, you're cutting this all. Whatever.
Shit, he knows how to count to 15,
I
right?
was gonna say I think I didn't throw the number.
Maybe we should call him.
Text him. Call now, dickhead. Johnny!
Hey, you piece of shit.
What's going on,
What up,
buddy?
what up? Fuck the Penguins very much. How's it going?
I agree.
It's football season, you cock.
Hello?
Hey, you there?
You hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
we
hear
hear
you.
you.
Can you hear me?
You just cut out. You just cut out there a minute. All I heard was "fuck the Penguins." But go ahead.
As long as you heard the good part.
So how's South Philly going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Talking some Eagles there or what?
Right, I was gonna say, how's the fans down there in South Philly? Are they excited?
Well, here's the thing. You can't. You know, Wentz hurts with that long ball. He doesn't have that gift like Foles does, and can't stick all three of them. You ain't sticking. Not that Aguilar's a real big threat, but you know, Jeffrey and Jackson. What are you gonna do? He can't. He just can't do it.
Well, Pro Football Focus did release rankings for the top wide receiver cores, and the Eagles did come in at number 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Eagles
believe
came
it.
in number 1, and then it turned to...
We signed Sproles again too, didn't we?
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
we signed for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eagles,
So
Falcons,
that's what-
and Rams. Top 3.
Who is it?
Eagles, Falcons, Rams, top 3.
Falcons ain't going nowhere. All right.
So, did you hear that our boy Sanders, the running back's doing really well? We just signed Jonathan Spearin, the safety that used to play for Tennessee and Jacksonville. 6'1", 211-pound safety. He looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's a hard hitter. I
Yeah.
think they were showing a highlight reel of his hits, dude. He reminds you of Dawkins the way he fucking creams people.
Right, and I think he's a run stopper according to his stats. In 70 regular
Yeah,
season
yeah.
games, he had 507 tackles.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I seen he doesn't get bumped in either. He full on bodies you.
right.
Yeah.
So what else is going on down there?
Not much. Everybody's really excited about the. You know, we think we're going to go somewhere this year, but who knows? Wentz has got to stay healthy. That's the key.
So, Johnny.
But then again, you could put Swoop back there. You know, you could put Jim back there to throw a couple paces with them wide receivers.
I don't know. You've never seen him.
I
throw.
think that's what. Guess what? I'm telling you. I think that was the goal. You know, anybody could throw to them.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw any of the videos of Deshaun and Carson with the deep ball. I love the fact that Carson said to Deshaun, you know, let's give the audience what they want, and he threw a 70-yard bomb to him. When he threw it, you could tell it was overthrown, and Deshaun was like, all right, I'll Deshaun now, and just caught right up to it. It was a real nice catch.
Yeah, they look good.
Well, in other news, did you see what's it called did from the Giants? Their wide receiver, he caught like 500 passes from the machine. I tried sending it to you the other day. The one they traded. Oh, what the hell is his name?
Oh.
Stokes or?
Sterling Shepard?
Yeah. He was trying to make a statement to the Giants.
Oh, you mean
Sent the
Odell
video to the
Beckham?
Giants.
Beckham.
What's that?
You mean OBJ?
Beckham. Yeah. Oh, Odell Beckham. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't think of the name.
Remember,
The whole
folks, he's
Giants
from South
team.
Philly.
Listen, first of all, fuck New York and the Penguins, but you know, they should have. You know, you could have picked audience members out to get more than one win. You know what I mean? They're
Right.
bumps.
Right, I get it.
So
I'm excited for the Browns.
yeah. They look like they're going to start doing something.
We'll see. You know, any given Sunday, right?
Not this year. I mean, you know, you got to give them a 5-year rebuild, but
Finally, someone
might not
agrees
even
with me.
take that long. Might not even take that long.
Right. I think they get 10 wins this season.
Yeah. I think so. What that
Manage
last
the
year,
day.
4 or 5?
Right.
I honestly think they're only going to win like 4 or 5 games.
No, they won 5 games last year. I don't know how. I mean, they had a couple upsets at the end of the year too.
Right. But what are you going to do? It's an exciting season. Preseason start next week as far as the rest of the NFL this Thursday coming up. Did you catch any of the Broncos game from the Hall of Fame game?
Nah, I've been really busy. I know that the Eagles, I pretty much follow the Eagles, and that's it. And they made a couple really smart decisions. What's the quote? Took a pay cut, like I told you last time I was on the podcast. That was really good. And I really haven't really followed it, but I know we got like 4 running backs or something crazy. Doesn't somebody got to be cut?
Well, yeah, we have Sproles, Clement, Miles Sanders, our draft pick, which I'm high on, Jordan Howard, and
So Howard's probably going to be the cut there.
Yeah. They're already saying he's playing lights out compared to how he was in Chicago.
right. So we're going to keep Howard. We're going to keep
Miles
Sanders. We're going to probably keep Sproles and Clement. I think our boy Josh Adams from Notre Dame is out, and everybody else.
I'm just hoping that if we do release him, he falls
The
through the
roster
cracks.
spot, you're allowed 5, right?
Well,
Or is it 4?
you can have 6 if you want, but
Yeah.
you're taking away other roster spots in other areas. You know. So,
Right. I think last year we had 4. So even if you wanted to keep the kid from Notre Dame, 5, but you know what I mean. You rode on needles and backup wide receivers.
Well,
this
again,
year.
if they could fill a special teams need, then they could be kept.
Yeah.
You know, there's always been running backs on the cover
you got to
team.
look at the two-way part of the field. You know what I mean? Like last year, we had a couple people that played wide receivers or tight end that also was big on special teams, and that's why we. You know what I mean? You don't need that this year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have room, if we kept 4 last year, which I'm pretty sure it was 4, even if you wanted to keep 5, but you know you're stretching it past there.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: out of the Eagles roster so far, what player are you most excited to see in Week 1?
Jackson, 100%.
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, I agree.
You're
Yeah,
going
100%.
D-Jacks too.
Dude,
See, I am, but I know what D-Jacks
You
can.
remember how that last year when we got him? I mean, that was his go-to guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Now his go-to guy. You think about it like this: his go-to guy now is Jeffries. So
and Ertz.
he's got
So
2
really we have 4
go-to
receivers.
guys. What's that?
You can't forget about Ertz. That he was his main target.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's more for the short ball. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yes and no.
You're
I mean,
dangerous.
I'm thinking we're getting a really high chance because he opens up the field, Ertz.
Yeah.
You got to cover basically 4 receivers on a 3-receiver spread.
And what do
I
you,
called Super Bowl before anybody even thought of it that year. Okay,
You can't
I'm telling
spell
you,
Super
even if they
Bowl.
don't.
didn't
Even if they
you
don't
say,
make it to the Super Bowl,
wait, Johnny, wait.
you're talking division. Go ahead.
Didn't you say the year that we won the Super Bowl when Wentz went down and Foles came in? I forget the exact
100%.
words, but
I remember saying he wouldn't
admit
even
everything I said.
win a playoff
Yes.
game. There was a guy,
man.
though. I will say this. There was a guy during that time frame that called, not only will they win one game, but they're going to go to the Super Bowl. Who was that guy?
that was my evil twin, I believe. That's why he offered to buy you a
I
Nick
didn't think
Foles
he had.
autograph.
Listen, he had a lot to prove, and listen, I still think we made the right decision with sticking with Wentz, but it is what it is. You know, he's young. You know, he's the franchise. You already put the tag on him. You know.
I hear you. Well, buddy, as always, it's great to talk with you. We're on limited time here. I have one last question for you, and then we'll call it a night with you. If I'm in,
Penguins do still suck. Go ahead.
if I'm in the South Philadelphia area, or the eastern part of Pennsylvania, or even in my neck of the woods, and say I need a guy to come put, I don't know, a new floor in my house, do you know a business that I would use?
Like a company name.
JR Construction, that are best in town.
No kidding.
267-591-7620.
Right, so if I wanted to reach them, that number would be what again?
267-591-7620.
That's right, folks. J&R Construction, top notch, especially in the Philly area. Mention that Shoulders sent you, and he'll give you a good deal. All right, buddy, it's always a pleasure. Love talking to you. Hopefully we can get you back on back-to-back next week. All right?
You got it, pal.
All right,
Have a
buddy.
good one.
See you later, Johnny.
All right. Later, John.
I thought I'd plug him in.
All right, guys. So that was South Philly Johnny, and I believe that's going to be it for this week.
Yes, it's been a great show.
Yeah, fun, kind of all over, but it was
Right,
still fun.
right. We
It
try
was
some
still
new
fun.
things, and again, we really appreciate your following. So we'd like to see you back on YouTube
And we even had like a little science, school,
right.
What's it called?
O'Brien's Science,
not PSA, but like a after school special.
right? Well, we play a little video that they, with the baseballs. It is what it is.
So before we go, head over to Twitter, follow the show at ST Sports Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play. I believe we're on Google Play. Like I said, we switched over to a new host, so I gotta make sure all that stuff is still connected. I guess that's it. Well, do you want to plug our channel? Your only job in this whole show?
YouTube. I said it like 15 times.
Well, maybe if you say 15 more times, we'll get more.
Please,
subscribers.
folks, go on YouTube and subscribe. Again, our 1,000 subscriber is going to get a T-shirt, so we will make sure that happens.
Which the Teespring T-shirts are over on teespring.com. Look up Stay Tuned Sports. We have all the shirts, hoodies, all that stuff there.
Hey, Jimbo.
Yes.
When you want sports entertainment,
Yes.
and you want to get some thrilling news with a slash of comedy, and it feels like you're part of the conversation, what podcast do you want to listen to?
Stay Tuned Sports.
I was going to say the same thing, folks. Stay Tuned Sports. Catch it now on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. We love you.
Till next week, it's your good friend Jimbo.
And Shoulders O'Brien.
Peace.